going on, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. Let's have a little fun today. Let's make some beats. And before I do all that, let me show you what I currently use, what I'm still using, and let's get it. So what I'm currently still using is the Akai MPC 5000. Been using that joint for roughly, about 10, 11 years. The current one I have, I've revamped it a couple of times. I've customized it, changed the pads out, the knobs, done a couple of customizations with the machine. And the latest upgrade I've done is the Tascam Model 12. The reason I upgraded to that mixer is because you can use all 10 outputs of the MPC into the Tascam, and you can separate your tracks. You can mix down on the board, bounce it to an SD card, or you can use it as a interface for your DAW, and you can track out simultaneously to that. And I still like that feel of hardware. And at times, if I don't feel like bouncing down to the Tascam, I'll usually track all 8 outputs, or 10 outputs, should I say, to Ableton, which is my DAW of choice. So, with that being said, let's get into a joint. Let's go through some drums, kick, another kick, bass. Let's get it. Hook. One banger right there. All right, let's get to another one. So I always like to layer my drums over drum breaks, so couple of kicks, snare, more snares, some rising noises, hi-hat, bass line. Sample. That's that one right there. go ahead and assign it to the board. I'm gonna show y'all how to use the Tascam Model 12. Assign all the outs to the board. Let's do it. This kick, track 1. Snare, track 2. Bass, we're gonna go ahead and put that on 5. Hi-hats, we're gonna put as track 3. Crash, we'll go ahead and do track 4. And the other bass, track 5. Now for the samples, I like to leave my samples in stereo. So we're gonna leave the sample channel in stereo. As you see, I got some delays on there from the effects ends. So now that we got everything sent to the board, let's see how it's looking. Let's bring the snare in. Ooh. Bring in the hi-hats. Bring in the open hi-hats, the bass line. All right, let's bring in the sample. Pretty much from here, I can record, post preamp into the board, all of these tracks, and then what I can do after is I can bounce it down to 2-track after I've done every mix post fade. So from that point, I can bounce it down to the SD card right here. Boom. Hope y'all can see that. Or I can use the 8 outs and go into my DAW. So there's several ways, but this mixer is a beast. You have much more control getting your hands on versus using a mouse on a DAW. But however, however what works for you, works for you. I love this mixer. I can EQ, take the lows, mids, highs. It even has a sound effects send, so I can add a reverb. Like right now, let's add some reverb. Show you solo the kick. Hear that reverb? So you can add your little sound effects in there. You know what I mean? Let's try a different reverb. I like that reverb. So you even have sound effects you can add to your tracks. Post record once you've gone into the mixer, recording via preamp, you know what I mean? And then from there you can mix all your tracks, bounce it down to 2-track. And you can pull the 2-track up in your DAW, you can mix it, master it. Well, mixing you do on here, but master it. Or like I said, you can use this as your interface to go all 8 outputs in the DAW. You can even MIDI it, so if you have other sounds you need to go back and grab, you can do that as well. Plenty you can do on this thing. It's a beast, so there you go. So that's some of the process. MPC 5000 to this day. Still my trustworthy 5K. Thick black pads, new knobs, blacked out. Still takes care of me. This thing is still a beast. You know what I mean? That analog warmth in that machine still goes. I know a lot of y'all producers, like the MPC 1 Plus, MPC Live, MPC XSE, which is great. I still personally rock with this bad boy along with the Tascam Model 12. As you can see, the multi-track process, both. It is a digital mixer, but you can treat it like a tape machine bouncing down via 2-track from here after you mix your tracks, or once again into DAW. Perfect setup, still works for me. Thank you all for joining. Starks, Goldyn Chyld, Goldyn Era Music, we out.